With Navy Federal, I was able to rebuild my credit from literally 4 to having an over $60,000 credit limit now. And in today's video, I'm going to teach you exactly how I did the same. Because I'm not going to lie, also the 750 plus FICO is also really attractive. If you guys are not with Navy Federal right now, then you are 100% missing out on your credit capacity. So you guys are definitely going to make sure to stick till the end of this video, because I'm going to be showing you the exact framework that I use from literally having a 4 credit score. I'm not joking. I had a 4 credit score with a $0 credit card limit. I was even getting rejected from the Discover and Capital One secured card. And I'm going to show you how I took that with Navy Federal and I was able to grow that score from a 4 to having an over $60,000 credit limit with Navy Federal's signature 3 credit cards. So if that sounds interesting, you guys definitely want to make sure to stick till the end, because my name is Gibson and I am the CEO of The Credit Hackers, where we teach anybody how to hack their credit. So if you guys want to become a credit hacker too, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Also make sure to check out my free case study down below, which will go ahead and show you all the hidden secrets that I can't show in this video about how to rebuild credit and get a over $60,000 credit limit. So first, a little bit of my background. I got my first Discovered It secured card when I was 18 years old and I graduated school. After that, I spent about 5 to 10% on that card every single month, just buying like Mickey D's or maybe buying a Subway sandwich, and then I just paid it off consistently. From that, I was able to get about a 650 FICO, which then I applied for the Apple Card and I got a $10,000 credit limit. But that's when problems started to arise. I started spending that money like it was nobody's business. I made a lot of mistakes with my credit, which is why I went ahead and actually made this channel for you guys, so you guys can go ahead and educate yourself and learn how to hack the credit system like I did. But I spent a ton of money in different places and I found out I just didn't have the money to pay it all back. So when that card finally canceled on me and I got a closed account on my record, I still had several $1,000s in both missed payments and late fees. And now I have a closed account on my record, I have a bunch of missed payments on my record, and I even have a collections report on my record. And then finally, for no good reason, I decided to close my original Discovered It secured card, which dropped my credit score all the way down to a literal 4. So what are the exact steps that I did to rebuild my credit from there? I heard a lot about online, as I'm sure you did too, which is why you clicked on this video, about a credit union called Navy Federal. I decided to see if the hype was actually worth my time, and I went ahead and signed up with Navy Fed. If you guys don't know how to get into Navy Fed, you essentially have to have a relative that is in the military, so that can either be a sibling, a parent, or a grandparent, or you have to be in the military yourself. For me, since I had 2 grandparents that were in the military, I got on the phone with them and I was like, hey, my grandpa was in the military and I'm looking for a credit union to be a really good customer with, which that's important and we'll talk about that more later. And I'm just looking to kind of reconnect with those military roots. I've been thinking about enlisting and blah, blah, blah. And I'm also thinking about getting credit cards and a mortgage and blah, blah, blah. Just say all the buzzwords, just say you're going to get all this stuff. And for me, the lady was instantly like, okay, yeah, you can get grandfathered and that's fine. And then we went ahead and set up my checking and savings account. If you say the exact same script that I did and you're rejected from Navy Federal, let's say that they say that, oh, we want your grandpa's military number, or maybe we don't allow grandparents anymore. What I would do is I would just say, okay, let me call you back a little bit later and let me see if I can get that information for you. Hang up, wait about a day, and then just call them again and get a different representative on the phone and repeat the same script. If you do this about 3 times, I guarantee you're going to get into Navy Federal. If you still don't get into Navy Federal like that, a member like me can actually give you my account number, which would then allow you to get in. So if you guys go ahead and join my free Credit Hackers Facebook group with the second link down below, and you go ahead and shoot me a DM, I'll go ahead and send that number for you so you guys can go ahead and get in. The first thing that I did when I went ahead and signed up for Navy Federal is that I did the maximum deposit they originally allowed me, which was $250. I would recommend to do the same. You want to look like the best customer that you can, because when it comes to getting a good credit score, when it comes to having a high credit limit, you want to prove to these banks that you, yes you, are a good customer. When you can actually prove that to them, they will give you literally whatever you want. 10, 20, even $30,000 credit limits, all the credit cards in the world, all the rewards, all the low rate interest mortgages, all the low rate loans that you could want when you prove that you are a good customer. So this is what you're going to want to do first. Make sure that you do that maximum sign-on deposit bonus, which for me was $250. And I would also recommend wiring in at least $5,000. If you do not have $5,000, then you're going to want to wire in as much money as you can for the next step, which is going to be taking out a pledged loan. Me personally, I took out a $5,000 pledged loan for 3 years, which then I paid off within 3 months. This was honestly a mistake. I should have left it on there for longer, but I kind of just wanted it to be done, so I just decided to pay it off. But I've already taken out another pledge loan, this time for $10,000, and I'm going to keep that one for about a year. But you're probably asking, what is a pledge loan? What is even the purpose of it? Essentially, a pledge loan works like a secured card, where you're taking a set amount of money, it doesn't really matter the amount, and you're telling Navy Federal, hey, I'll give you this money if you loan me back the same amount, and you charge me interest on it. the interest is probably going to be no more than 2.2%, which depending on the length of the loan is going to be basically nothing. So I would recommend making sure that you're willing to actually pay that interest, because the important part of doing this pledge loan is, number one, we're going to get a positive account that is going to be closed later on your credit report. And the nice thing about the pledge loan is that you can get approved for any amount of money. So I've personally met people that literally have hundreds of thousands of dollars in the bank but have zero credit. What you can do is you can take out a $100,000 pledge loan for 3 months and you'll have a $100,000 loan paid off on your credit. That is going to look very attractive to any bank that you're going to want to do future business with. And the reason why you want to do it with Navy Federal is because Navy Federal has this thing called an internal credit score. Essentially what this is that it is an internal number from 0 to 450 that is saying, hey, how good of a customer is this particular customer? For me, after I did this first pledge loan, my score increased from literally 0 to 270. After that, I signed up for a couple more Navy Fed products. I signed up for the flagship checking. I opened a money market savings account, and then I applied for my first credit card, which my first credit card was this, which originally they did not approve me for a very high limit. I only got a $500 limit on the Green Cash Rewards card, which honestly is pence. I literally went through $400 in 2 weeks. Like, I spend a lot of money. I make a lot of money. I really wanted to prove to these guys that I could actually take a higher credit limit. And if you guys want to learn the exact structure that I used to grow literally that $500 card into inevitably a $10,000 card, and then also get a $20,000 and a $30,000 card, I'd recommend checking out the free case study down below. And then after I got all those cards and consistently paid them off, I did about 5-10% to make sure my credit capacity is low. I only spend about 5 to 10% of the credit card's limit every single month, which I still do. I only spend about like 2% of my total credit limit, which is going to look a lot better than if you're spending like 100%, because credit utilization is an important part of credit. It makes up part of credit, but you don't need to worry about that. Essentially, just apply for the card and see if you get it. If you don't end up getting it, or if you run into any hurdles, or if you don't really know what to do next, I would highly recommend downloading my free case study down below. It's entirely free. You don't need to put in any deposits or any kind of anything, because we have in fact hit the end of the video. So if you guys did enjoy it, make sure to go ahead and consider subscribing. And as always, thank you for watching.